Oh God, what did I do?
Yes.
Shane, I think your camera got like moved a little. I can't.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, bottled water can.
Is that better?
I was about to say, is that 3 bottles of water for
Oh.
how confident? You went to 5 bottles of water for how confident you are.
Here, let's try that. Yes.
That's
Sorry,
Shane. Yeah. Okay. That looks more
that's
like
better. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm playing on the iPad, which I don't usually play on the iPad, and so I'm having a little trouble getting the layout right. I think I hit this. Yeah. Switch camera buttons.
Okay, Varun, hopefully the block will go in a second and you can start. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Rock and classical music collaborations, please.
Rock and classical music collaborations for Remembrance of Things Fast, Varun Rajiv. Here's your question number 1. Which 1971 album by an English progressive rock band features the group's rock adaptation of a modest classical work, even borrowing its title?
Yeah, this was a mistake. About Little Night Music.
Not the Little Night Music. Passes to your team.
Yeah, Samanth seems to have it.
Samanth, go ahead.
Just guessing. Is it Night on Bald Mountain?
Not the Night on Bald Mountain. Passes to 120 days.
Like the same, Victoria. All right, you go ahead. You take it. Take it.
Who is taking it?
Victoria.
Victoria.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Pictures at an exhibition.
That's perfect. This is pictures at an exhibition. I think that was the other answer Varun toyed with, but didn't go for.
I had a vague idea that there existed an album called that.
I mean, Night on Bald Mountain was also Mussorgsky, I think, which is why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was going to be one of the two.
It would not have surprised me if you were right. Yeah.
Okay, let's move on. Varun, your second question. This song was an English rock band's debut and their biggest hit, reaching #1 in the UK singles chart in 1967. An anthem of the 1967 Summer of Love, it is one of the most successful singles in history, selling greater than 10 million copies worldwide with over 1,000 known cover versions. Bach's influenced the structure of which song with his air on the G string, likely having the greatest impact? You're going to hear air on the G string and you need to tell me the song which is influenced.
There's a Whiter Shade of Pale by Procol Harum.
That's the correct answer. Varun redeems himself and you get on the board, both teams. Yes, 120 days. Brandon?
I'll take anagrams, please.
Anagrams.
Feels correct.
Yep. On brand.
In The Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal Lecter provides detectives with the name of Louis Friend to identify the serial killer they were looking for. In reality, there was no Louis Friend, and it was in fact an anagram for what fiery chemical compound. When deciphered, it would tell the investigators that what happened to be a promising lead was actually quite useless. Answer, please.
Sulfonide.
Can you just repeat your answer?
Sulfonide.
Not sulfonide. Passes to who's taking it?
You got a guess, Victoria?
I have a
Okay.
guess.
Victoria.
Iron sulfide.
Oh,
Why iron sulfide?
that's better.
Fool's gold. Fool's gold.
Good solve. Good solve. Good solve.
Good answer. Clutch answer there. Iron sulfide, which is fool's gold, and where you thought you got gold, but in reality, all you had was some pyrites. The fiery compound was a reference to pyrites, which get their name because they're used to create fire in the good old days. Next one. X is a Man I Dreamt Up was a cleverly titled 1992 TV documentary about the American writer X, who is famous for a series of novels set in San Francisco, exploring the beginning of the LGBTQ culture. The novels feature an eccentric transgender by the name of Anna Madrigal, whose name is appropriately an anagram for the phrase a man and a girl. Identify X, who people in the early days thought did not exist, or that his name was an anagram.
Maupin.
Maupin or Maupin, as you choose to pronounce his name the French way,
Good.
is correct. Well done.
Good.
So, is a man I dreamt up is essentially.
Oh, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. If
Well
we
done.
would've done that.
Saman,
Unexpected inventors.
unexpected inventors. During World War II, which mechanically gifted person designed a clamp, you see in the visual, to secure cargo during transport. This was used to deliver a very important cargo by air towards the end of the war. He also produced a motorcycle called Twin He and obtained patents for a wristwatch that monitored the pulse rate and sounded an alarm if the heartbeat became irregular. You may know this person as a rather reluctant stand-in for a sibling who had to be replaced in a quartet when the sibling had to go to war. Need first name here. Answer, Saman?
I don't know. Pass.
I'll take this.
Yes, Varun.
I think this is Zeppo Marx.
Well done. Perfect answer. This is Herbert or Zeppo Marx. It's an interesting article about which starts. It's rarely a good idea to drop an atomic bomb, but it's never a good idea to accidentally drop one. So when it comes to holding such things in place, you want a very serious-minded engineer or Zeppo Marx.
Samant, I was hoping you'd at least eliminate her name.
Essentially, it was between Gamo and Zeppo, right? The others
Yeah.
are so. Next one. A novelist with a prodigious output, she became a fan of gliders and helped develop the military glider. In 1931, she enlisted the help of two RAF officers and built her own eponymous glider, which could be used for long flights. Hitherto, the range was minimal. She completed a 320-kilometer trip on the glider and she was carrying a bag of letters. She also thus flew the world's first airmail glider. Soon, major forces borrowed her idea and deployed military gliders. Who is this honored for her contribution with the Bishop Wright Air Industry Award in 1984?
Barbara Cartland.
Yes, that's correct. Did you read the name in the background as well?
What? Where?
You can see it.
Oh, I guess I can see it.
CAR. It's a huge thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
We left it there deliberately so that even people with good eyesight get an advantage.
It looked like aircraft to be fair. So
So
Yeah,
these things help only when you know the answer, unfortunately. Next one. For Shane,
Take names of islands.
names of islands. This island was discovered in 1493 by Christopher Columbus on his second voyage, and he named it in honor of John the Baptist. He also named the first settlement, which eventually became the capital on the north side of the island, for its plentiful natural resources and discovery of gold nuggets in the river. For the next 4 centuries, it remained an important colony of Spain. Over a period of time, due to confused usage, the island and its capital swapped names. Name both. I need the island as well as its capital. Answer
Say
again.
Havana in Cuba.
Cuba and Havana is not correct. Passes to your team.
Victoria.
San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Sorry, could you just repeat your answer?
San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Yes, that's correct. You gave it in the other order, so I was just okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no problem. Puerto Rico and San Juan, yes. You gave an answer which is around 300 years old, but that's correct enough. So the island used to be
You
called
calling
San
Victoria
Juan.
old?
Yeah, when Victoria was the queen.
I get that from you all the time.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's my bad.
Next one. One of the 2 main islands comprising the nation was named for a religious leader. The other was named in 1502 AD for the son of the King John II of Portugal, who later became King Afonso V. Which nation?
Sao Tome and Principe.
Sao Tome and Principe is correct. Well done.
Job, Shane.
Principe is the prince, so his name for him. Manu?
Unusual World Cup goals.
You're taking World Cup goals?
Yeah.
In the inaugural World Cup finals in 1930, based on a pre-tournament agreement, Argentina and Uruguay played 1/2 each with their own ball. Argentina, using their ball, were 2-1 up at halftime. Uruguay rallied in the second half with their ball, with Hector Castro, nicknamed El Divino Manco, scoring the final goal to seal a 4-2 victory. What was unique about Castro? Knowing what Manco means in Spanish will help. Today, it is used as a slang for a poor video game player. Yeah, answer, Manu.
He just one. Well, he was left-footed mainly. He was left-footed predominantly.
That's not correct.
Varun, I think I have.
Sure, go for it. Someone.
Yeah.
Who's
Noted.
taking it, Saman?
Yeah. Manco means hand, so I'm guessing he had only one hand.
Perfect
Or one
answer.
hand.
He had chopped off his own hand in a sawmill at the age of 13. And so El Divino Manco is the main god, and quite unusual for a one-handed player to be able to score a World Cup goal. But that's it. Next one, Manu. Lothar Matthäus clinically dispatched the only goal from the spot for West Germany against Czechoslovakia in the quarterfinal of the 1990 World Cup. When West Germany were awarded another penalty 85 minutes into a goalless final, Matthäus was not ready to take it as he had damaged his boot and was wearing an ill-fitting borrowed pair. So he handed the responsibility to his roommate, Andreas Brehme, who stepped up and scored with his right foot to clinch the trophy for West Germany. What was unusual and unique about this Brehme goal? Yeah, Manu, need an
I think
answer.
it came off both posts and went in.
That's not correct. Passes to your team.
Yeah, newly minted football god Samant. Please take it.
I have
If
a
you don't have
guess.
anything, I'll say something.
I think you have the
Yes.
same guess that I do. So Swami, you go ahead.
It was the first goal scored off a penalty in a World Cup final.
That is true.
That is
That's not what
factually
I'm
correct.
looking for. Yeah, true, but that's not what I'm looking for.
Go ahead, Victoria.
Brema was a goalie.
Victoria, you're trying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is a goalie? No, Breme was not a goalie, not at
It was a
all.
left footer, right? He basically struck with his left foot, usually.
Yes, that clue was there in the question. You have to just work on it. He has
Yeah.
scored a previous penalty with his left foot, and now he scored with the right. So he's the only player, or the only player to have scored goals off different feet in World Cup.
Hmm.
Victoria.
You reckon I ought to take patter songs were the one that I thought that, that we talked about earlier.
Go for that one.
The
The
second one?
Yeah, the one we talked about.
Okay, we'll take ancient Chinese dishes.
I think the other team is quite happy that you've taken it. So
Great.
Tiao Chiang is a famous dish from Fuzhou, the capital of Fujian province. Its principal ingredient include quail eggs, bamboo shoots, scallops, sea cucumber, abalone, shark fin, etc. in yellow wine. The story related to this dish is that Dun, a monk of the Tang dynasty, passed by Fuzhou and stayed overnight at an inn. A nobleman official was entertaining guests in his house adjacent to the inn was serving this dish. Dun was enraptured by the smell of the delicious dish. What did he do next, which gave the dish its name?
He jumped over the wall.
He jumped over the wall, gave up his religion, and ate the dish. So yes, that's correct. This is Buddha jumps over the wall. Well done. Next one. Eel, nowadays replaced with shrimp, and chicken are the principal ingredients in a dish which tells the story from the period of the Three Kingdoms. This was the first course served at a grand banquet for the newly wed couple Liu Bai and Sun Shangxiang, a sister of the Duke of Wu. The dish symbolizes the harmonious interaction of yin and yang and connotes harmony, good luck, and beauty. Owing to its origin, it is often served at wedding dinners. Eel and chicken stand for which two less readily available fabled fauna, which gives the dish its name?
Phoenix and dragon.
Phoenix and dragon. Full house for Victoria there. Great answer. Again, you have reversed the order, but that's perfectly all right.
I think I've only ever seen it on menus as Phoenix and dragon.
Okay, maybe then we are wrong.
I don't know.
She's a different hemisphere. It's the Coriolis.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
I think things rotate the other way around there. So yeah.
Yeah.
Swami?
Guys, okay with baskets?
Yeah, go for it.
Baskets, whatever that means.
It won't be a basket case, don't worry. Which card game of the Rummy family, whose name was borrowed from Spanish for a little basket, was devised by attorney Segundo Sanchez Santos and his bridge partner in Montevideo in 1939 in an attempt to design a time-efficient game that was as engaging as bridge? It finds reference in The Catcher in the Rye, where the protagonist's fellow student Ackley is a blank fiend, and in Goldfinger, where Bond finds the titular villain cheating at the game.
Is it Baccarat?
Not Baccarat.
Yeah, Samant, you have it?
I've got something.
No, Samant, hold.
I have other guesses. How many letters in that blank, Rajiv?
7, I think.
I can take a guess.
Go
I'll take
for
a
it.
guess.
Go for it.
Canasta?
That's correct.
Nice.
So it used to be Canastillo, and that's what meant little basket, and then they dropped it to make it more marketable. So
I actually thought Baccarat was right. Basket Baccarat.
Baccarat is a French term, right? So
Baccarat is origin is bucket, not basket.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Good fun.
What? No, absolutely not. What are you saying?
Let's move. Second one, Swami. What kind of pleasure trip with the modern meaning largely carrying a negative association will you go for if you use this basket made from rush to carry the goodies? It was originally used to carry fish, and in 1809, Washington Irving used this word for a cream cheese which was served on a bed of rushes.
Is it junket?
Junket is correct. Well done. This
But-
basket used to be called junket, and from
Nice.
there it moved on to the
Good answer.
trip
Nice done.
to cricket. Troy?
As tempting as venture capital is. Oh, better songs, please.
Not today, Satan.
Patter song for you, Troy?
Yeah, better songs, please. Thanks.
Thank you.
Which comedian launched his career in 1941 with this song listing the Russian composers? At each performance, he tried to break his previous speed record for reciting it. He thus ended up having to recite it a cappella as the orchestra could not keep up.
There's Malachevsky, Rubinstein, Arensky, Yanchikovsky, Satelnikov, Dmitriev, Cherepnik, Rezhinovsky, Godovsky, Artabuchuk, Moneyusko, Akimenko, Soloviev, Prokofiev, Pyomkin, Goroschenko. There's Pinkler, Winkler, Bortniansky, Rebekov, and Yinsky. There's Meter, Balakirov, Zolotore, Pakvoschinsky, and Sokolov, and Kopolov, Tukelsky, and Klanovsky, and Shostakovich, Borodinglier, and Novakovsky. There's Lyudov and Karganov.
I think that should be enough.
Yeah, thanks. I'll try Yakov Smirnov.
But can you just repeat your answer?
Yakov Smirnov,
No, not Jacobson. Passes to your team?
Victoria.
Victor Borga?
Not Victor Borger. Passes. For the first time, a question is passing to ROTF.
Yes, Samant, go for it.
Somebody else from Danny K.
Yes, it is Danny Kaye.
Super.
Oh, nice.
Very good, very good.
In fact, this was a song with which he became famous. Roy, your second question. As the plot is unresolved in the original work, which musical is a show within a show where the actors perform the story and the audience is asked to vote on the outcome? The patter song, Both Sides of the Coin, examines the dual natures of their suspicious characters and is one of the most difficult patter songs to sing.
I'll try Kismet,
Not Kismet. Passes.
Victoria.
The Mystery of Edwin Drood,
That's perfect. This is Mystery of Edwin Drood.
written by the composer of the Pina Colada song.
Amazing.
Culture.
The team round for ROTF.
I'm
Check capital.
equally sure.
Swami, Manu.
Manu, Swami, any thoughts?
Venues for me,
I know
venues. for
nothing
me.
about the left, but leave it to you guys.
I mean, it'll probably be okay. Yeah, let's take venture capital. Why not?
No, we can try unusual venues. It might be like,
Venues, yeah, more general.
yeah, more general, no? Different endeavors. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, sure. Unusual venues.
Here goes.
After 1952, there has been only one regular session of United Nations General Assembly that has not been held in the regular headquarters. This was the 1988 session, which was held in Geneva. What was the reason for this shift? Your answer should include name of a person and the cause. The issue was eventually resolved in 1994 following the historic Oslo Accords.
Arafat was not allowed to enter New York. Arafat wasn't allowed to enter.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's it.
Yeah, he would have been allowed to come to Geneva. Basically.
Yeah, he wasn't allowed to enter the US.
Just one question. Like Arafat and all of that was the Camp David Accords, right? Was
No,
there
but-
also an Oslo Accord about this?
Also 93.
Yeah, there was an
right?
Oslo Accord later.
Oslo
Yeah, yeah,
93.
yeah.
There was that as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Just checking.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this is because Yasser Arafat wasn't allowed entry to the US, so they had to have the meeting in Geneva.
So
That's
is
our
that your
final
final answer? Have you
That's
given
our
an
final
answer?
answer. Yes,
Yeah.
what Manu said.
Okay, that's good enough for your points.
Nice.
So he was not allowed, he was denied a visa, not allowed to enter US. And so that's the only session they have not had in New York City. So good answer. This man married the daughter of one of his law partners. He was 49, she was 21. He had actually bought her first baby carriage when she was an infant and later guided her education after her father died. There was talk that he would marry a mother, so it came as a shock when he announced that he was marrying the 21-year-old. Can you identify the venue you see in the visual where the marriage took place?
Is this the White House? Because one
Yeah,
of these
There was at least
presidents
one.
did this.
Yeah, who got married while in the office? No, it's only one president who's done that.
Yeah, I think it's Quincy Adams or one of those early.
Yeah, that
Chaps.
makes sense. White House is a good answer. also.
White House makes
That's
sense.
that's a guess. Anything else?
Do we need something more specific like Oval Office?
No.
or
But
something
no.
like
But
that?
tell me that's one guess. Do we have anything else? Because otherwise, I think as venue, yeah,
White
it's
House.
Just a
White House
lottery then.
slash-
Yeah, it becomes
Yeah.
completely random. Yeah, White House makes sense.
No, but do we need something more specific?
I know.
No,
Let
I guess
Rajiv
Rajiv
decide.
might-
We
yeah.
give White House first.
Okay, answer, guys.
Okay, we will say the White House slash the Oval Office.
And who is this guy? It's not John Quincy Adams.
Rutherford.
That's Grover Cleveland.
Yes, that's Grover Cleveland. Probably I should have
Francis
asked for
Ford.
the president as well. Okay, so
Nice.
Fine.
so venture capital for 120 days.
Yay.
Alfred Winslow Jones was born in Australia, moved to the US when he was 4 years old. After graduating from Harvard, he worked as a person on a tramp steamer, sailed around the world, joined the Foreign Service. In The Power Law, that's the book, he has been described as an erudite dandy, a one-time Marxist, hiked to the front lines of the Spanish Civil War with the writer Dorothy Parker, where they shared a bottle of Scotch whiskey with Ernest Hemingway. So what did Jones pioneer in 1949? Something that lost a D in its original name over time.
Could this be the Dow Jones Index?
I was gonna say something like that. It's got to be something like stocky or business.
I mean, it's not exactly venture capital is the thing.
You're right.
Yeah.
And Dow, I'm trying to figure out where that D would have been.
It was-
But maybe something
You could have been
similar.
Dow.
Yeah, I had a sense
well,
that
it
the
was
Dow
Charles-
Jones
it was-
index is like 120 years old, though.
And his
Yeah,
name
Okay.
was
I don't think I'd-
Charles Dow. Charles Dow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But maybe something similar.
What did he
Kind of.
pioneer in
Maybe a
1949?
concept in capital, like a type of loan or credit.
Angel Capital.
Again, I don't know where the
I don't know where the D would
Answer,
be,
please.
but
We'll say angel investing.
No, that's, as you can figure, it's not correct.
yeah, not
Other
It's
team,
not- Is it
ROTF?
hedged fund or something like that?
Yes, hedge
Oh,
fund, which
nice.
became hedge
Oh, very
fund.
nice.
oh, okay.
So that's why it's called hedge fund, because it used to hedge their bets.
Okay.
Next one. The Power Law is a modern day rephrasing by Peter Thiel of PayPal and Facebook fame of a principle familiar to the venture capital industry. The principle was derived from observations of growth of peas in the garden, land ownership in Italy, and the destructive power of earthquakes. What is this principle first postulated in 1896 and named and popularized by Joseph Juran in the 1940s when discussing quality management?
I would have thought of this as the Pareto principle, but could this be the 80-20 rule?
I mean, those are the same thing, right?
I mean, land ownership in Italy might point to Pareto.
Right, but the
Um,
80-20 rule is basically the Pareto principle.
And it is a thing in investment. Like
It could also be quality management. Yeah, that's fine. I was gonna say Ginny, but that's inequality, which is
I don't think
Um,
it's McKinney. Yeah.
yeah. I think that might be the best thing we have. We should still try to stretch out, try to
Yeah.
think. But-
So growth of peas in the garden, destructive power of earthquakes.
Okay, answer.
yeah, let's go for that then.
So 80-20 is there anything?
Or Pareto, yeah.
I guess
Yeah,
so.
okay. 80-20, the 80-20 rule.
Either answer would have fetched you points, so no worries there. This is the 80-20 rule or the Pareto principle. As
Pareto principle,
Brandon
okay.
mentioned, they are both the same thing. So essentially in a VC fund, it's extremely important. I think though nowadays it operates at 90-10. As long as 1 in 10 investment works, you're good. ROTF, you have another decision to make.
Left, I think.
Is it?
They're kind of equally difficult.
Yeah, I don't mind the right actually.
Yeah.
Um,
So it depends on whether
Let's
you
go
want
with what Samant prefers.
Right, fine.
Adapavi.
Okay, we'll take right.
Bloody.
So that way Swami can hang you Samant at the end if there is any.
Yeah.
problems. Okay, mystery bag right. When Galileo pointed his telescope at Saturn in 1610, he observed 2 round bumps around it. These were the rings of Saturn, but he could not figure that from his primitive telescope. He communicated this exciting news to his scientific colleagues in an anagram, usual practice for him, whatever that is. When solved, it read Altissimus Planetum Tergeminum Observavi, which means I have observed that the highest planet is threefold, the 2 bumps and the planet itself. Kepler got this letter. He deciphered this jumble erroneously as Salve Umbistenium Geminatum Martia Proles, which helped him make an accurate prediction that was proved only in the 1870s. Interestingly, a writer picked his hypothesis and used it in a famous book written in the 1720s. So what did Kepler thus accurately predict?
This is Mars's 2 moons.
Is it Phobos and Deimos?
Exactly, Mars's 2 moons.
Yeah, sounds good.
Mars, yeah,
Just discuss. I mean, Marcia.
What would the book then be?
This is
that is
Gulliver's
Gulliver's
Travels.
Travels.
Gulliver's Travels.
Gulliver's Travels.
This sounds good.
Marcia is right. Marcia is Mars.
Yeah,
so
it's
we have
just-
that.
Yeah, this is it. This is Mars's 2 moons. That's it.
Okay, fine,
Yeah,
good enough.
We're happy with that. Okay. Final answer, Mars has 2 moons.
Geminatum is twins or 2 and Proles is children. So yes, perfect.
Yes.
So he figured that, 1, 2, 4, he figured a geometric progression with Jupiter and then, that's how he got it. And it was the Laputan astronomers who had figured that it has 2 moons. The second question, Mai Shangshu is a classic Sichuan dish dating back to the Yuan dynasty. It consists of ground meat such as pork cooked in a sauce and poured over bean thread noodles. What does the Chinese name of the dish derived from the image it evokes translate to in English?
It says ants climbing a tree forest. Wood log. Ants, not ants on a log is another dish. It's like ants climbing.
Is it like a vine or a waterfall because the bean threads would?
No, it's like a tree or a log. It's like
Yeah, you can see some particles climbing up.
Okay,
yeah. So,
by-
ants on a log is a desert in here, the west, I think. So this is ants climbing a tree, I think.
that
Okay.
sounds good. Yeah. Final answer, ants climbing a tree.
Ah, Samant is on a roll today. He's got the exact answer.
Superb.
2 years after the first democratic election, Nelson Mandela signed the final draft of a new constitution that permanently enshrined the equality of all South Africans on 10th December 1996. The date on which the constitution was signed was chosen as it marked International Human Rights Day. What was the location of the signing of much significance as it has a tragic past?
Robben
Robben
Island.
Island.
That's what I thought.
Just think of others. Soweto.
Soweto.
Nampel.
Or see, Robben Island's are better because of the historic, he was jailed and all of that. Soweto, of course, with the riots and such things, massacres.
Yeah. I would, between these two.
Robben Island is like an entity, right? Soweto, I mean, it's like saying Adyar or something.
Township. It's a township, basically. Yeah.
Okay, I
Anything
think we
else?
should go with Robben
Yes.
Island then.
That first. Yeah.
The safer one.
Okay. Yeah. Final answer, Robben Island.
That's not correct. SODOR,
Is
what
it
will be-
Ravonia?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Is it Ravonia?
Oh, Rivonia trials. No, it's not that, but it is a place where the massacre happened. So
Chapel.
Sharpeville.
We said that also, but how to disambiguate?
Yeah, this is something that you have to probably know a little.
I figured Robin was correct when y'all guessed that personally.
Yeah.
All right, let's do this.
Okay, let's go. The Power Law is a gripping fly-on-the-wall story of the rise of VC industry. It begins with a description of Patrick Brown, a shaggy 54-year-old Stanford University professor, getting down on his hands and knees in his garden and taking out the roots of wild clover plants looking for heme. Brown's search led him to found a company in 2011, which improbably disrupted a centuries-old industry with the signature product launched in 2016. What does the company make?
They
Impossible.
make plant-based meat.
Impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just what that is.
All right, our answer is plant-based meat.
That's correct. The company was Impossible Foods, and heme is the hemoglobin kind of stuff. So yeah, well done. Listen to Tom Lehrer recite his famous song in 1967. He had written the song back in 1959. Which element is left out? He talks about it in the clip. Named for a physicist whose Nobel Prize winning invention advanced nuclear physics and facilitated radioisotope production.
Azitrium, ytterbium, actinium, rubidium, boron, gadolinium, niobium, iridium, strontium, and silicon, and silver, and samarium, and business bromine, lithium, beryllium, and barium. I left out one, actually. A new one was discovered since the song was written. It's
I think this is maybe Lawrencium because the cyclotron would be an appropriate invention for this.
Okay, yeah, and
I
that
like
is
that.
he won a
Yeah,
Nobel
that
Prize,
sounds
and
great.
it's pretty high up in the table. That's fine. I was trying
So
to figure
other
out one
ones
that
that are-
would be an invention, right?
Yeah, so like
From
you've got
from
I think that fits.
100, you've got fermium, mendelevium, nobelium, rutherfordium, borium, seaborgium, hassium, meitnerium, and then past that it wouldn't have been around in 19.
yeah, it wouldn't be 67. I don't think it can be Seaborgium, right? Because
Or
he
borium is 107. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I think it
Yeah,
had to be
Lawrence,
CCMS.
Lawrence is so synonymous with the cyclotron.
Okay, answer please.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll say Lawrencium.
Perfect answer. Correct logic for figuring it out. Well done. In case you have not.
a new one was discovered since the song was written. It's called Lawrencium. So those of you who are taking notes can write it down in your programs.
Founded by Bill Gates in 1989 as Interactive Home Systems, this company has come a long way beyond its original aim of cornering the market for digital artwork. It took a name derived from the Latin for woven basket and set out to be a Britannica without body text in the 1990s. Identify this company, which now offers AI-driven product placement, influencer marketing services, music partnerships, and personality rights management services for the entertainment industry. You need to give us the name that was practically from the beginning till 2016.
Could this be Encarta?
Encarta is my
Is it
first
Encarta?
thought.
That's what I'm
It seems
thinking
like it
too.
could be some
I
dumb
don't
Latin
love it for the.
nonsense.
I don't love it for the Latin.
Neither do I,
think
but
it's.
this is kind of what it is, right? Like,
I mean the Britannica without body text.
I think
Although
woven basket might be an entire thing, right? It's not like
maybe, but I mean Britannica Encarta had text.
If you
So,
think about
I mean-
it from like
without body text.
ENC, like the ENC part, like enclosure, that could be
Right, means it's like something
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Like
Okay,
it
I
could
can
also
buy
be like
that.
the Canasta one was kind of stio and then it was shortened, right? So
Yeah.
it might have been something longer than Microsoft was like, we'll shorten it. I
Okay,
think
answer
Yeah.
please.
Maybe you have to go with
All right,
it.
Okay, our answer is Encarta.
No, that's not correct. Other team?
Yeah, we just assumed that Encarta as well.
It's not
No,
Corbis,
no,
is
no.
it?
It's not as easy as
Corbis.
Encarta. It is a service which used to do mainly digital rights, image management, image selling.
It's not Corbis.
Yeah, Corbis.
Oh, nice.
What is this?
I
I've heard
don't
of
know what that is.
Okay.
So that,
Yeah, I don't have that.
The Corbis and Getty's
Similar to Getty,
two
yeah.
largest picture selling sites, the largest databases in the world.
Okay. Well, that decided nothing.
Wow. Yeah.
I should have put some money on my.
we could have just been sitting around for a half an hour. We could have done the dance off instead.
We could have been drinking tea and painting our nails.
Mhm.
But the
Oh, wait.
interesting thing is that you guys, I think at one stage were some 4 or 5 points ahead, and then you gave it up. So let's see how the second half works out.
Yeah, we claim a moral victory here.
Okay. So moral victory doesn't fetch you any trophies. Actual victories do. So Brandon.
Yeah. Geez. There's a lot going on here. Let's do
If you want that one, go ahead and take it. Like,
yeah, I just think I might. Yeah, let's do filmy cocktails.
I thought you wanted the Republic Day chief guest. Okay. Filmy cocktails?
We were fighting over that in the Slack. Yeah.
We were, yeah.
What is the favorite drink of Robert De Niro's character in Meet the Parents, with multiple references and appearances throughout the film? It is made from gin, lemon juice, sugar, and carbonated water. This is not the first movie in which De Niro has had an on-screen connection with the classic highball cocktail. In Casino, it is the alias that his character Sam Rothstein uses to register his personal safe deposit box.
Okay. I don't know the film, but I think the drink is a Tom Collins.
Tom Collins, perfectly. Has to be the name of a man, so. Next one. What drink made with gin, with cherry brandy, orange, pineapple, and lime juice invented on the other side of the globe to allow women to enjoy alcohol while it appeared that they were having a mixed fruit juice was referenced in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas? 24 hours ago, we were sitting in the Pogo Lounge of the Beverly Heights Hotel in the patio section of the course, drinking blank blank with mezcal on the side, hiding from the brutish realities of this foul year of our Lord. The answer is 9,5. Answer, please.
I don't even know. Appletini Rose. I have no idea.
Passes.
Victoria.
Singapore Sling.
As easy
God.
as Singapore Sling.
That's really bad. Okay. Sorry.
Have fun, Nora. Sorry, my daughter is just leaving.
Varun.
Well, let's try movie and TV serial narrators.
Surprising choice. Let's see. Which movie is being introduced? Who felt that this movie was so important that he took the unusual step to introduce it in this manner?
To fill in those missing years, we turn to ancient historians such as Philo and Josephus. Philo wrote at the time that Jesus of Nazareth walked the earth, and Josephus wrote some 50 years later and watched the destruction of Jerusalem by the Romans. These historians had access to documents long since destroyed. The theme of this picture is whether men are to be ruled by God's law or whether they are to be ruled by the whims of a dictator like Ramesses. Are men the property of the state, or are they free souls under God? This same battle continues throughout the world today.
Two answers.
Okay. That's Cecil B. DeMille, and I'll say the movie is The Ten Commandments.
Answer correctly, and thou shalt get points. Okay, just tell me the narrator.
The point is that after wanting to do it forever, Davy had finally had sex, and it was, oh hell, they seem awkward.
So.
Ben, say something nice, something supportive, anything.
I guess if there's nothing else, I should hit the hay. Can I call you an Uber?
Oh, No, I'm good, but yeah, I should bounce.
Hit the hay? Hit the freaking hay? Ben, to quote the title of my own best-selling memoir.
You cannot be serious. John McEnroe.
Perfect.
Oh, wow. Very nice.
I just stopped when he says that. You cannot be serious.
The protagonist's dead father's favorite tennis player, so they got him to narrate the.
Right. Actually, they also used two other narrators for one episode each. I think Bela Hadid and somebody else.
And Andy Samberg for the Ben. Yeah.
We thought of putting that, but then it would be just too difficult and would be a random guess. This was nice.
Yeah, that's really well solved.
Shane.
Okay. Let's go. I'll take botched executions.
Botched executions?
Yeah.
Not a botched selection from you?
We'll see.
Well, I guess
I was about to say a question about this game could probably show.
On 12 January 1979, Yinggae Lorsungnern was sentenced by the Prime Minister of Thailand to death by shooting a machine gun. She was fired upon 10 times. Authorities initially believed she was dead, but alerted by her screams, they discovered her in the morgue attempting to stand up. She died after a second round of gunfire. The reason for her survival from the initial round was a cetus inversus condition. In few words, what is this condition?
Internal organs are on the opposite side of the body than typical. Like so, our heart's on the other side, on the right side instead of the left.
Perfect. In Imperial China, serious crimes such as murder and treason saw some wretched people sentenced to lynching. This slow process could be over quite quickly or could last days. Corrupt eunuch Liu Jin, a cunning court official of the Ming dynasty, was accused of plotting a rebellion against the emperor, and the emperor ordered him to be executed by this method. It reportedly took 3,357 administrations of Ling Chi before he died. What is Ling Chi better known as?
It's a water torture, like a water
torture
execution.
Is not this.
Go ahead, Victoria.
Like acupuncture needles.
Not acupuncture needles.
Shall I take it?
Samant has this, I think. Let's.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah, this is death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah, that's what I had as well.
Nice answer, nice answer.
Okay.
5,000.
Okay. Samant, your topic.
You want to take artist inspirations?
Inspiration for artists, you mean?
Yeah.
Or Petrarch, which one?
Inspiration for artists.
Okay, just to it's too late now. There's an S missing. It's inspirations for artists. It's not like one inspiration across all questions. Should make a difference, but
that's fine.
As a child, photographer Cindy Sherman watched a film which would leave an enduring impression and influence her untitled film Stills, a series she did between 1977 to 1980. A famous image from this series is shown here. She recalled, I happened upon a movie told entirely through still images, except for one brief moment of motion. I didn't remember the name of it, only the fact that I was entranced by the story told through these still images. Help Cindy and identify the movie that inspired her. Yes, someone?
This is Limapri.
Not Limapri.
I have a guess. Can I go for it?
Go for it, go for it.
Yeah. Is this Chris Marker's La Jetée?
La Jetée by Chris Marker is
Really
perfect. I think the eye moves. That's the only scene where there's movement. Otherwise, just a series of still photographs.
Nice.
We went on to inspire other movies and is a landmark. Samant, your second one. This German-born British painter was a member of the Camden Town group of post-impressionist artists in the early 20th century London. His interest in a certain topic caused him to paint stuff like the two paintings shown here. That in turn caused journalist Stephen Knight and novelist Patricia Cornwall to theorize what? The theory was considered credible for a while between 1975 to 2005.
So you don't want his name, no?
No. I want the theory. Answer?
He was the inspiration for Scream, the Scream by Mook.
Can you just repeat that? He was the inspiration for?
The Scream, the figure in the Scream by Mook.
Yeah.
Guys, shall I take this?
I have a. You have this?
Yeah.
Okay, Swami, go for it.
That he was Jack the Ripper.
Who
That
was
was
Jack
my
the
guess
Ripper?
as well.
Walter something, I forget his name.
No, I mean, who is this person? Just meaning, the theory was that you don't need the give me the proper noun, but tell me who is Jack the Ripper? It could be a billion people, right? What is the theory?
The painter.
Yeah, that's all I want.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Walter something, no? Oh, Walter.
Yeah,
Sickert.
it is Walter Sickert. So good answer, Swami. Victoria, your topic.
Yeah. I think I feel like both of the two I'm considering I could regret. I think I'll take the one that I think Troy is less likely to want. I will take ancient ball games.
Ancient ball games. Question 1. Pato, the national sport of Argentina, is played on horseback and combines elements of polo and basketball. Originally, what was used in place of a ball in the game from which the name of the sport was derived? You need a specific answer. A Brazilian footballer's name also has a similar origin.
Okay. A duck.
Prompt?
You need more specific than duck.
Yeah.
A live duck.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Okay. That threw me.
Actually, we debated on this. I thought at least duck is enough, but then
I
because the dead duck is a different game. Yeah, then it's not. It's not an official league game.
I was wondering what happens if you hit it too hard and it dies. Then the game.
I was about to say live at the start. I assume. Yeah.
I was hoping she would go with Peking duck on the prompt, but
that would have been the last category. Yeah.
Okay. The second question, Pelota Purepecha, you see the game being played below, is an ancient indigenous Mexican sport similar to those in the hockey family. A variant called Pusarutacua enacts a legendary battle between day and night. It is making a comeback as more people become interested in heritage sports. What is done to the ball before it is used in the variant game of Pusarutacua? Answer?
I'm going to guess that it is burned.
I think I'll give it to you.
Charred in some way.
No, it is not
Burned.
burnt or charred, but I think you got the concept.
Yes, that is set on
Set
fire.
on
Okay.
fire so that it looks
Nice,
like the
Victoria.
sun. Looks
Very
like the
good.
sun when it is played. So
Very nice.
Thank you. That was a pure guess.
Manu,
Yeah, I'll take Petrarch and the Renaissance.
can you repeat?
Petrarch and the Renaissance.
Okay, Petrarch and the Renaissance. Question 1. Biblioteca Capitolari in the architectural complex of the Cathedral of Verona is considered the oldest library in the world still in operation, dating back to the 5th century. In 1345, Petrarch consulted volumes here and stumbled upon the letters of X to Atticus. These letters reveal the personal side of X and had been lost for generations, and the rediscovery was an epochal event that kick-started the Renaissance. So who is X? Answer, please.
Plato.
Not Plato.
Yeah, Samant, go ahead.
Cicero.
Cicero is right. Lovely answer. I've tried figuring out why specifically Cicero's personal letters should spark 300 years of rejuvenation, but yeah, that's how they worked. This ancient Greek custom was derived from the myth of Daphne and Apollo. After a long hiatus, Petrarch became one of the first recipients of this honor, which was granted to him on the Capitoline Hill in Rome on Easter Sunday, 1341. This has since become a very popular honor across hundreds of cities, territories, and nations. What honor are we talking about?
Could you zoom in on the image if that's relevant?
Yeah, it's relevant to the figure out whatever you can.
This is this business of being awarded with a laurel wreath.
Prompt?
Being declared a laureate by a laurel wreath. Or winners of.
You want to complete whatever you're saying?
This is for the business of being declared a poet laureate. Laureates being given a laurel wreath.
Okay, poet laureate is what I was looking for, and you were able to give it. So fine. Take the points. Lucky again. Poet laureate. Yeah. The scores at this stage, with 2 topics to go each, is ROTF at 28 and 120 days 27.
I can remember.
Yeah. I was trying to leave you Petrarch, Troy.
I think
I know,
evil
and
might be
I
the
was
safest.
I was ready for it. Yeah. I'll take evil companies, please.
Petrarch and evil companies is as far from each other as it gets. Here goes. What was the rhyming 3-word name of the program that Coca-Cola Corporation launched in 2010 in an effort to counter the growing preference for water over their sugary products? Disguised as a campaign against water waste, crew members and restaurant staff were trained on suggestive selling methods to convert requests for tap water into orders for their revenue-generating beverages. If the patrons insisted on drinking water, the staff would then offer them bottled water, which was Dasani, of course. Answer, Troy.
I don't know. Coke.
Sorry, what did you say?
Coke.
No, it's not correct.
Go ahead, Victoria.
I think maybe give it to Brandon, actually.
Okay, Brandon, go ahead.
Brandon.
Let's say no mo H2O.
That's probably better than what they came up with. Pass this.
I have a very random guess I have made up, but it rhymes.
Okay.
Can I go? Does anyone else have anything?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, my guess is swap for pop.
See, that's also better.
You
I'm
would
sure
never
than
call it
whatever
pop
this
in
is.
Atlanta. Like you can't,
Yeah,
it's
that's-
illegal. You can't do that. I was thinking H2 no, but like
Yeah,
I didn't.
same, but I think the whole thing, there's got to be an internal rhyme somewhere.
Yeah, and it can't be 3 words. So cap the tap.
That's
Brandon,
That's a tough one.
Those are bars, though, Brandon.
Tough one. Sorry
Bars.
about that.
Scam likely on the beat.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. Which
Brandon's is
compose-
better. Yeah.
Which company was created by the merger of a yogurt maker and a men's suit company? By 2105 AD, it had over 2 million subsidiaries and had become a leader in every conceivable field, including leadership of the planet. By giving the entire population on Earth the right to spend, humanity went into a state of mass consumerism, which covered the planet in uncycled refuse, setting the stage for the company's Operation Cleanup. Answer?
I know the movie, but I don't know the name. Megacorp.
Not Megacorp.
Brandon.
I haven't seen this movie, but I hope it's from this. By and large.
By and large is by and large.
Good.
Good. Good.
It actually made its way from Wall-E into Cars and Toy Story as well, so it's there everywhere now.
Yeah, that is unfortunately not one of the movies that Liam's obsessed with.
Swami?
Guys, next season we are reversing the order, okay?
Swami, do you want to take old monopolies, maybe?
Yeah, I guess so, because that looks generic at least. Old monopolies.
The metal deposits found here were so large that it turned this isolated hamlet into the fourth largest city in the Christian world by 1672 and Spain a global superpower. The city's coat of arms read, I am rich, treasure of the world, king of all mountains and envy of kings. To be worth a blank appears in Don Quixote, a phrase that is still used in Spanish today to describe enormous riches. By 1824, however, the metal had run out and only tin remained in which city, now a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
I'll say Potosi.
Potosi is correct.
Oh, well done.
The Tanko mine at Burnick Lake in Manitoba has 2/3 of the world's reserve of polysite ore, which is the primary source of which metal? One of the only 3 metallic elements that melt to the touch and which is twice as costly as gold. The reserves will last for centuries at current usage rates, but your time will run out soon given the accuracy of today's timekeeping.
Oh. I'll say Palladium.
Not Palladium.
Pass it to Samant.
Yeah, if it's a time thing, then maybe cesium, as in the atomic clock.
Yes, you are in time. You got that right. It is cesium, which is important.
Manu, did you have cesium as well?
Yeah, same thing.
Okay, good.
Are you guys thinking about it or?
Yeah, we're thinking.
We're trying to figure out if we can resign. No.
Reset my score.
Yeah.
I vote chatbots, but I can see either way.
Right.
Yeah.
It's do we really want to go crazy and hope for an inside? But
yeah,
I don't know whether we do the normalized thing 3 points behind or whether we go for it, but like I'll leave that to the discretion of the higher ups.
Oh, the higher ups.
You think chatbots?
I vote chatbots, but I see good arguments either way.
Right. Yeah, I could be
got maybe higher
like,
potential to be bad.
And then on a defensive pick,
If I was choosing it just for myself only, I would pick guess because I don't know much about AI chatbots. But
yeah, same. And I feel like our opponents will walk all over the guess, right? So
yeah, maybe a more defensive.
Right.
I mean,
guess.
I can, like I said, I can go either way. Like I see good arguments.
We're
the
3
defensive
points
argument,
behind.
the fact
I
that it might
say,
be-
I think maybe we try something funky.
Okay, guys,
Okay.
make a decision.
okay, all right. We're gonna go funky and pick the guest of India.
India. Viva India. Let's go. Who are the only husband-wife pair to have been chief guests at India's Republic Day parade? They were chief guests on separate occasions 2 years apart.
Could it be Aishwarya Rai and Abhishek Bachchan?
That was the first thing that came to mind for me. Do you guys have an alternative?
Do we think these are going to be like chiefs of like heads of state or like?
Do we know anything about Republic Day?
No.
Okay.
Maybe we got too funky.
Possibly.
But they are husband and wife who are both extremely famous. And
I was going to say it could also be like Bill and Hillary Clinton, right? Like president,
or like Juan or Isabel Perón. Yeah.
Right. All right. I like Victoria's guess, I suppose.
Answer?
Yeah.
Sure.
Go ahead, Victoria.
We're gonna say Rai and Bachchan.
No, that's not correct. These are head of states from other.
They're head of- okay.
This is a very important independence kind of stuff. So, other team?
The SWRD and Sirma Bandanarke?
No, not the Bandar Naikes.
Karno and Suharto?
No.
Bhutto and
These are the people because of which we have a Republic Day to begin with. We got rid of them, so.
So Mountbatten and Edwina?
No.
Oh.
Separate occasions, we had Philip and Elizabeth too. So, next one. 2018 was unique as there were 10 chief guests at India's Republic Day parade. Who were these 10 guests? You don't need to tell me individual names, just a collective noun for them is good enough.
What comes in groups of 10? Like, are there, sports teams that play as a 10? Are there,
I think
is it like a political alliance, like 10 people, like,
maybe the heads of state of the SAARC or something? Or the Bay of Bengal Alliance?
Yeah, I don't know.
I would try SAARC. I think it's probably 10-ish members. So we're gonna say the heads of state of the SAARC.
No, that's only some 6 or 7 members. The other team?
6 or 7. Okay.
This is a G10.
Not the G10.
Not ASEAN.
Yeah, it is the ASEAN.
Oh.
Okay.
Tough luck, guys. These are tough even for us, I think.
Yeah, we would have.
We wouldn't have gotten anything.
Picked wrong.
Sorry. Picked wrong. Yeah.
Strategic blunder.
Yes.
Well, on that note, you've picked for us.
Yeah.
Okay, chatbots.
Let's rip off this band-aid.
What are the name of the pioneering AI chatbot developed in the 1960s by my computer scientist Joseph Weizenbaum, which used pattern matching and script-based response to simulate conversation? The name is borrowed from the name of the female character from a 1913 play that drew from Greek mythology and which has well-known musical and film versions.
Eliza.
Eliza.
Doolittle. Yeah, Eliza.
Sounds good.
Yeah, anything else? Yeah.
Can't think of anything else.
Final answer, Eliza.
Oh man.
That's 100% on me, guys. I'm so sorry.
No, it's not 100% on you. We
No,
all...
it's not. We all chose
Okay.
it.
We all
Question
chose
2. The photograph of the first exoplanet 2M1207b orbiting a brown dwarf was taken by the European Southern Observatory's Very Large Telescope in 2004, as you can see here. Why was this in the news in February 2023? It is estimated that the consequences of not knowing this information was as much as $100 billion.
So this is the wrong answer
Google...
that Bart gave. Yeah, the stop
exactly.
value.
Exactly. Yeah.
One of you say no, I can't hear.
Sure. So this is... Are you going or shall I go? I mean, I'll tell Swami. Yeah. So after Microsoft, and because Microsoft has ChatGPT, Google introduced Bard. They had like a little publicity thing. And this question was there and was answered incorrectly in the little
Demo, in the
presentation that
demo.
they had, in the demo that they
Yeah.
had, because of which they lost a lot. Their stock price
Basically,
dropped.
stock dropped and it was like 100 billion worth stock drop.
Okay.
Yeah. And Rajiv, that is a final answer.
Can you just summarize that quickly?
Google Bard gave the wrong
Gave the-
answer.
Nice.
So the question asked was James Webb, what has it done? What has it done for us? And they said it took the first photographs. Sorry, guys. I think you would have got both of them 120 days, and it would have been an interesting game because these guys have missed at least one for sure. So
we would have missed both on the other one.
Miss ASEAN, every other team has answered. They just worked it.
Anu got it.
I was thinking SARC only at that point.
Okay. Okay, 120 days.
I probably vote right.
Yeah, I'd vote
I mean, it doesn't
I
matter at
would
this point. Yeah.
It does not matter at this point. Yep.
We'll take right, please.
A country maintained an incredible 2,000 years plus monopoly on the production of eggs till the early 1700s when supplies began to run low. Now far away, Brazil emerged as an important source when eggs was discovered in the gravels of local rivers. Brazil dominated the eggs market for over 150 years before production shifted to a third continent. In Brazil, eggs was found in a town. You see the modern visual below. It's now a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which changed its name in 1831 in recognition of this momentous find. What is X?
Diamonds, like Diamantina, Brazil.
Oh, Diamantina.
India,
Yes,
yeah.
that's
to Brazil,
very
to
likely.
Brazil, to South Africa.
Yeah,
like that.
I think that's very good.
Go ahead, Shane.
So X is diamonds.
Beautiful answer. Well done. Most teams have missed this. So well done. So it was India, then Brazil, then South Africa, and Australia added to it a little later. Which delicious drink made with gin, sugar syrup, fresh lemon juice, and topped with champagne gets its name from the M1897, a light gun that became the mainstay of the French field artillery in World War I. Among the many cocktails that are gulped down in Casablanca, this is a classic that stands out. In the film, it is ordered by Yvonne, who's Rick's girlfriend, and a Nazi sweet.
French 75, right?
French 75.
My favorite
Yes.
drink.
I know.
Yeah. Our answer is French 75.
I haven't gotten around to drinking because I haven't drank the first 74.
Have you also, we have a variation called the cleanup milk made with Meyer lemon.
Wow.
That's really good.
Okay, the final question for you guys today. This is a 1967 interview on French TV with husband X and his wife about the murder of Y committed more than half a century ago. X used his wife as an attractive bait to bring Y to his home before killing him in a famously botched execution. X consistently refused to talk to the press or allow any authorized story about his life until this interview just before his death. In this interview, since it's in French, I've translated it. X shows no regret for his action, says would do it again, and the only thought that comes to his mind when thinking about Y is disgust. So identify the murderer X.
Prince, au soir de votre vie, lorsque vous repensez à... Quel sentiment éprouvez-vous à son égard? Le dégoût. Aviez-vous un intérêt personnel au meurtre de... Aucun. Prince, dans des circonstances identiques, si vous aviez à prendre une décision identique, referiez-vous ce que vous avez fait? Oui.
More than half a century ago, I mean, I would have thought potentially somebody in the Carlang or something, but this is too
More
early.
than a half a century,
Yeah, so we're looking at the 1900s or teens.
or early, or maybe early, I don't even know what the Drive to Survive was about, but something in that era of late 1890s or early 1900s.
Yeah.
I'm prepared for this to be a name that I'm not familiar with.
Yeah.
This seems possible. I didn't recognize anything of the French in the it was nothing of it was substantive that I could tell.
Right, it was just kind of what they summarized.
Answer?
You got anything?
No, nothing.
All right. We don't have anything.
ROTF?
No.
So the murder happened in 1916, required cyanide poisoning, then beating with something, drowning, etc., etc.
Rasputin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh wow. Oh, it's Yusupov. Wow. Okay.
Right, because it's about why would be Rasputin. Yeah.
So there were clues in
I
the clues in the question about he refusing people to make movies about him. They threatened a suit with Rasputin and the Empress, which is
Wow.
the reason why we have this is a work of fiction, etc., etc. in movies.
Really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, ROTF, your mystery bag left. So Matunga made 45 today. Let's see if you guys can come anywhere close to it.
Oh yeah. It's obviously not possible.
Modern AI-driven chatbots use a new technology framework introduced in 2018. Three parts to it. Deep learning models that can generate high-quality text, images, etc. based on data they were trained on. Initial training on large data set to learn patterns before being fine-tuned for specific tasks. And a neural network architecture that can automatically convert one type of input into another type of output. So what in the news three-word term does this framework have? We'll accept both a long and a short answer.
This is a GPT. It's like generative something, I think. So the GPT comes from that.
That makes sense. Yeah. So the other guess I had was LLMs, large language models, but they also mentioned large, and so I don't think it's going to be that.
And it's not in the news per se.
GPT is a good.
is very.
I like GPT. Final answer, GPT.
Can you give us the full form?
Generative pre-training transformer.
Yes, generative pre-trained transformers. Victoria knows more about AI than she thinks she knows. So. One of the pioneers of street art was the Parisian artist born Xavier Prou. In the 1980s, he began by spraying X in hidden corners of the streets of Paris. He chose X as they are the only wild living animals living in cities who will survive when the human race has died out. X anagrams to what he was trying to create, so he even used it as part of his assumed name. He went on to develop stencil graffiti as a recognized form and notably inspired British street artist Banksy, who has also painted X in a few of his artworks. Beyond this, in what way has Banksy acknowledged Xavier's contribution? This was initiated. This acknowledgement was initiated in 2008.
This is the rat.
X is the rat, no?
This is the rat that Banksy signs off with, right? He has his rat.
Correct. But that is the first part. He has also painted X in a few of his artworks. I think that is the rat, no?
That's true, yeah.
No, but he says he signs off as it, as in.
No, he's painted X in a few of his. Does he sign off as the rat?
I mean, there are rats in something, but I think they are looking for something beyond just that he painted rats.
Is there like a rat foundation? Banksy has a foundation, no? Some sort of, or the name of his shop, his official thing.
That is exit from the gift shop.
No, that's different.
Okay, answer please.
Okay, we say that he.
I think it's called pest control, right? His thing is
pest
called
control.
Right,
pest control is the name of his.
I think
his company foundation.
Yeah,
whatever.
Is that your answer?
That's our answer.
Perfect answer.
Superb, Manu. Superb.
Pest control is the name of the agency that he created to authenticate and kind of certify that a work of art is his. Xavier Prou is better known as Blake Le Rat, and rat is anagrams to art and all that. Okay, what specifically connects these three clips?
For me, it was lying on my back at Boy Scout camp, watching falling stars.
Of course, everything seemed quite normal at first. I made breakfast for my family. I performed my chores. I completed my projects. I ran my errands.
Plant in a curious holder. I could sense her eyes on me from behind those dark glasses, defying me not to like what I read. Or maybe begging me in her own proud way to like it. It meant so much to her.
Yeah, Manu, your answer is perfect because that's William Holden in Sunset Boulevard, Kevin Spacey in American Beauty.
American Beauty, right? And that's Desperate Housewives, one of the housewives. Yeah, so these are narrated by dead people who are already dead at the time.
Narrated by dead people.
Characters in the movie are dead.
Yeah, but
the characters in the movies are already dead and they're narrating. Correct.
Yeah.
So, Rajiv, our final answers: dead characters are narrating these movies.
Perfect answer.
Who's the middle one? Oh, Desperado.
That's that neighbor who died right in the beginning.
Yeah,
This is the first
Yeah,
scene.
Mary Alice, I think.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they're all ads for High Point Coffee. That's why we lost.
Okay, but for that misadventure, it could have been what I had predicted. As it happens, congratulations, ROTF, on being the champions of the Premier League in its 5th season. And 120 days commiseration, I'm sure you'll come back and do better.
That was a very, very good game.
Yeah, y'all
don't-
played very, very
Well
well.
done, guys.
Really spectacular
Well
answers.
played.
Really bad luck
Well
on the
deserved.
Republic Day.
Yeah, congrats, guys. Well done.
Yeah.
Thanks for reading, Rajiv.
Thanks, Rajiv.
Have
Thank you.
Enjoy your victory.
This was a great.
care of
This was a great set, by the way. You know, it's a really
Very
nice.
Yeah, it is
standard.
a good set.
Thank you.
All right. Take care, everyone.
Oh, see you around.
All right, congrats.